Welcome back to another Celtics Spotlight here on the Carlow Sports Network. Sean Meyers joined by sophomore from the women's soccer team here at Carlow, Natalie DiGiorno. Thank you for taking the time to do this today.
Thank you for having me.
Natalie, this is your second year. As I mentioned, you're a sophomore. So where have you grown and improved from your freshman year to now?
I think the main thing would be my confidence. I see it in my play. I'm a lot more confident in everything that I do. I'm better with the ball attacking, and it was just all about getting used to the players that I'm playing with and going to a new team and everything like that.
You had a pretty good first year. You and Alexis Schwab were the only two players who actually had more than one goal in the season, though. So how do you make sure you get more even scoring distribution this year?
That is probably the most important thing that we need to work on this season. I think having Haley Huber back is a big help. As a center mid, I plan to go up even more, and I am looking to score even more goals than last year. So that's probably our main thing, to keep attacking and take advantage of all the opportunities that we actually do have at net.
There was an opportunity to get to the playoffs late in the season last year. You came up just short. So how did your team evaluate that performance?
It was disappointing because our main goal obviously was to make playoffs, but we need to learn from everything that we could have done better and apply it to this season and hopefully go further.
And this season has been an interesting one for everyone, to say the least. You got off to a good start with a victory, but because of a few postponements, there was a long gap between your first game and your second game. How did you handle that?
The most important thing is probably getting our minds back in the right place. It probably threw us off a little bit, but we're back at practice, putting in the work, and getting ready for our game on Thursday. So,
what goals do you have team-wise and individually for 2020?
Some individual goals would be attacking more and scoring more, because I am a very defensive-minded player, so getting more comfortable attacking and just continue being a leader, because I see myself as a leader even though I am one of the younger players on the team. And for team goals, the most important goal is making playoffs, continuing to grow as a team and mesh well, and just going as far as we can.
Let's rewind a couple years. What led to your decision initially to come to Carlow University?
I wanted to go somewhere that was relatively close to home. I'm from the South Hills, and I did want to play soccer, and I really liked high school, so the small school was something that I was very attracted to about Carlow. And I did know Coach Duda, and he talked to me about playing, and I toured, and I loved this campus and stuff about it.
You had mentioned that you're a local player from Bethel Park. A lot of WPIAL alum on this team. Did you know any of them before you joined Carlow?
Yes, I did. I knew Paige Hetty and Rachel Toogood. I played with them for 2 years in high school, and I also knew Erin Thompson, who is in my grade. She's my best friend forever.
She's great at producing videos as well, I heard.
Yes.
What is your major? What's an ideal future profession for you?
My major is early childhood education and special education. I love working with kids and anything in the teaching field. I would like to teach kindergarten, but I would also like to teach special education as well, too.
What have been some of the biggest challenges being a college student during this pandemic?
The major adjustment is probably online classes. It's difficult, to say the least, just to keep up with everything, and probably with soccer too. You know, going into the season in the pods, it was difficult to get to know everybody and just have fun as a team, but we've adjusted to that very well.
What was your fondest memory from your time at Bethel Park High School?
I would say soccer. I really enjoyed playing soccer in high school. My senior class was a very tight group of girls. We were really close, and almost everything about high school, I really enjoyed high school.
Do you still follow the Blackhawks athletics or WPAL?
Yes, I do. I watch almost all of the girls' soccer games from Bethel Park. I know a lot of the girls on the team. We were super close still. We've played together almost our whole lives, so yeah.
Potential maybe down the road you try to recruit some to Carlow as well?
Yes.
What song or types of music get you in the right mental preparation for a game?
I normally listen to anything that will pump me up, whether it's rap, older songs that just get me going before the game to get me ready.
How old are we talking here?
Not too old.
Okay, we're not going back to like the 70s
No.
or anything like that. Okay, I didn't think you were listening to disco before the games. Who would be a celebrity dream date for you?
I'd probably say Christian Pulisic. He plays soccer on Chelsea. I really like him.
You think you guys would have a good one-on-one match if you ever got the opportunity?
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Lastly, if you were stranded on a deserted island. Hopefully this doesn't happen, but
Hopefully.
if it were to happen and you had to pick one of your teammates here, who would you pick and why?
Definitely Erin Thompson. We've been best friends our whole lives, and it probably wouldn't be the best case scenario to pick her, but I knew we would just have fun with it, and I wouldn't want to be stranded with anyone else.
How long could you go until you got sick of her?
Forever. We don't get sick
Okay.
of each other. We live together. That's the one thing about mine and Erin's friendship. We never get sick of each other, which is nice.
Until the end of time. Natalie, I appreciate the time for you doing this today.
Thank you for having me.
That is sophomore Natalie DiGiorno of the Carlow women's soccer team here on the Celtics Spotlight.